All right, we go up to Kansas to a duck blind to Gordon McKernan, who is gotten to the NIL space. We told you and been talking about it a lot during this show that Alexis Morris, the starting point guard for the LSU women's basketball team, came to an agreement yesterday and was publicly acknowledged that Gordon McKernan and her had gone into an NIL relationship. We have talked a lot about this recruiting. LSU won some recruiting battles last Wednesday in football. They lost the recruiting war to Texas A&M and Alabama. The way that they become a player in that war is that you have to become relevant in the NIL space. Somebody within the NIL space that has deep, deep pockets and that has passionate love for the university is really the model that you're looking for. Gordon McKernan checks both of those boxes. He undyingly loves LSU, and he's got deep pockets. And as we said yesterday, he got into the NIL space with Alexis Morris, and he is eager to change the game. And we are thankful that he is here on this Tuesday morning. G, thank you for the time. Good morning. How are you? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Jordy. I'm doing great, and up here in Kansas, a little cold this morning, but looking forward to shooting more birds today.
Yes, sir. So tell us about the relationship with Alexis. She's got a great story, by the way, that I know that the public is going to know. But why NIL with Alexis starting off?
Yeah, that's a good question. And I guess it started, I met with Coach Mulkey when she came to town, and just to get to know her a little bit and see what type of lady she is. And she's dynamic and has a lot of force of personality. And figured that was something that I might want to figure out if we could have a relationship together, the LSU women's basketball team and my company. And through that, just started looking into it and digging into it, and thought what better way to first support them than to get one of their star players an NIL deal, because the women's sports are behind the men's sports in the NIL world. And I thought it would be a good first move. Go support a LSU women's basketball, a player such as Alexis, who does have a compelling story, and that's what we decided to do. So we want to enter the space in different areas and do a deeper dive. We're trying to process through all the restrictions and regulations, but do have some ideas for LSU football and LSU men's baseball and basketball. So we want to be a big player in the space.
As somebody who can really change up this space, Gordon, what is your outlook for NIL?
Yeah, when you look at it, it's apparent that the rich are getting richer, right? You can see it real quickly. Alabama is cutting edge and leading in a lot of this area. Texas A&M is coming on strong. And it seems like the other SEC schools have not figured it out. And there can't be any coordination between the school or the athletic department or the booster clubs such as TAF and the student athlete and the prospective business owner. So somehow the Alabamas and Texas A&Ms are coordinating it. I'm not saying directly, but
sure, there's
something happening over there which doesn't appear to be happening yet for the LSU programs.
But we believe that is in motion, correct?
Yes, yeah, I do think that's in motion. Again, there can be no coordination. It's going to take some local or statewide companies or boosters to try to figure this out. I have a few ideas, and again, I approach LSU, but they can't, of course, talk about it. So it's got to be something organic, detached from the program.
Yeah.
But I do have an idea, and it's not something that I'm trying as a business owner making money on it. I don't want to make any money, but it seems to me there needs to be a matching up of the talent with the companies, without any intermediary taking money. If you really want it to be successful, I'm not knocking any companies that are trying to do that. But my whole drive is how can we as business owners get a benefit, some advertising, but more importantly, how can we advance the opportunities for these NIL student athletes?
Yes, and I very much look forward to talking to you further about that, because I think that there is grand opportunities in all spaces along college sports right now. Is this wild to you as a business owner looking at the landscape of college sports? You're very passionate about it. I know your son was in college football for a while, and that you're a huge supporter of it. What is your point of view of the business of college sports now?
Yeah, well, yeah, it is. It's intriguing, right? I mean, obviously there's the college sports and recruiting. It's always been a business, whether it's above the board or under the board for many, many years, we all hear stories throughout the years. But it's a little surreal when NIL broke last year. Several student athletes or their agents reach out to our company. We're pretty prolific in advertising, and we're pitching their deck, so to speak, to us. And I'm scratching my head going, who is whispering in these people's ears to think that, $50,000 for 2 social media posts, any business owner would do that, right? I mean, it's just, you're not going to do it. What I'm sure most business owners like myself is, you're looking for a little bit more systemic relationship through a season, right? And a partnership between the student athlete, not just some one-off text. So that's what we've done with Alexis Morris, and that's what we're going to do with anybody. It's going to be a relationship, a partnership, and that's the way it should be.
When you see Keishawn Butte out there, and there's a lot of talk and chatter around him, are you spurned to get into conversations with him because it looks like that there are other schools going at him?
Yeah, it's an interesting. Yes, I am interested in it. I sure am.
Please.
But there is. I want to make sure that I do everything right, so I don't jeopardize any eligibility or something for the student athlete, and certainly not run afoul of any rules. So I literally had, one of my lawyers researching that this week. Are there any restrictions from me reaching out unsolicited? To solicit him without any prior relationship. As a lawyer, we have certain rules, and although he's not a prospective client, I just want to make sure as a lawyer I'm not doing anything that's running afoul of any rules. So it takes me a few more hoops to jump through, but I'm trying to jump through them.
If we can assist in putting you in contact, please let us know. We are not connected to the university in any way.
That's right. Yep. Yeah, it's going to take something like, you or, a similar company to you, and coordinating with boosters and you guys are not affiliated with the university. It's going to take some coordination, and we need to do it to catch up.
We'll take the job. Thank you. Gordon McKernan joining us here. What do you see as next? What is the next move in this space, in your opinion?
For me or for who?
Yes, probably for you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, for me, I have an idea for LSU football. A player or a group of players to try to do something to help that. I have a kind of a co-branding advertising campaign I'd like to do, and that'll be my next move.
Absolutely. Thank you for the time this morning.
I have too many competitors out there. I don't know.
Look, I love it. I love it. Keep that close to the vest. I like that.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it close to the vest.
Please do. Please do.
Yeah,
please. It's good. It's good news for everybody.
Yes.
That's right.
Thank you for the time this morning. I know that you are the way from office.
What happened
with Santa Claus? How can we help? You found it?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, have you found him?
Yes.
No, we have not found Santa up the reward to $3,000.
$3,000.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
I'm gonna start looking.
I'm gonna up that reward until it makes it uncomfortable for people.
Gordon,
it will be.
How does that happen?
It will be uncomfortable. It's the dangest thing. You can't imagine. I think that's why the news story, even Crime Stoppers was calling me and saying that we just cannot believe someone would steal your Santa that faces the interstate, that's well lit, and people passing by. It's just how brazen it was. I think it really intrigued people, but I don't know. We have the video of the perpetrator. We're just trying to locate it, and we're getting 25, 30 tips a day.
Hey, I'm sure. I'm sure you are.
G, how high will you go? How uncomfortable will you make something?
Yeah, that Santa was about $10,000. I'm gonna go at least at $10,000.
Somebody's buddy's looking at him right now, saying, "If he comes with 10, your ass is dead, man." Gordon, thank you very much. We will talk soon. However we can help, we are all in. Thank you.
All right, guys, be good. Merry Christmas.
Yes, sir. Merry Christmas. There he is, Gordon McKernan checking in.